Hello, everyone. This is ThickSkinnOnSports. It's February 6th on a Thursday today. We're a day early. This is Tony, my bro aunt. I just want to take a real quick say to my mom. She just got out of the hospital. I want to say if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here today, Mom. And I'd say love you and happy birthday to my sister again. But yeah, let's get on to the show. Let's talk about the Super Bowl. I know we've been talking about it a couple times, but the Super Bowl just ended not too long ago. Since you're the closest, Anthony, what did you think of the game overall?
So just based on projections, called the Chiefs on that one.
Yeah.
Called my unsung hero on Damian Williams. And
Unfortunately.
called the MVP on Patty Mahomes. So
No, they had a 10-point lead with 9 minutes left. You know.
I mean, Frisco. So like on last week's prediction, or 2 week ago projection, I said that Niners would come out firing and they would take the lead. Mm-hmm. And what does the Chiefs do? They always play from behind. That's what they always do, is play from behind. And that's exactly what they did this game. Like, that's Andy Reid's style of play. And that fourth quarter, so first, second, third quarter, Niners. Fourth quarter, that's when you put it on Patty Mahomes' back, and then that's what he did. That's why he's the MVP. Mm-hmm. And, you start talking about Lamar Jackson, the MVP of the season, but Patrick Mahomes is the MVP of the playoffs.
Yeah, what do you think, though? I mean, we had all similar scores almost. We had almost a similar score.
I thought the Niners blew it.
Yeah, they did. I mean,
I think everybody's giving too much praise to Mahomes.
Yeah,
the Niners blew it because they got the ball back after the interception in the red zone, and they went 3 straight passes.
Yeah,
where all they had to do was run it.
But if you watch the Niners defense, they broke contain on you had Bosa coming in. You had I forget who the other guy is on the other side.
Yeah.
It's not coming to me, but they broke contain on 5 or 6 of those plays where Patrick Mahomes throwing it down the field because he's getting outside of the box.
Right.
That's what he throw it on the run is what Patrick Mahomes does.
Richard Sherman didn't play a very good game.
No, he didn't.
He gave up that big play to Sammy Watkins late in the game,
and he knew it too. When he walked back, he was shaking his head.
Yeah, and I don't think Mahomes had that great. He had 2 picks, didn't he?
I'm just sometimes people, man, you can't. Mahomes is good, but let's be honest. Look at the weapons he has. Yeah. I mean, let's not.
He just threw it up to
yeah, Hill. He has Hill, Kelsey, Watkins are all burners.
Yeah.
Kelsey's the best tight end.
Yeah, but Kelsey and Kittle got shut down that game. It wasn't really a tight end game that game.
To the end, when Kelsey took over in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
He had a touchdown and a couple of big catches.
Mahomes, you said, didn't win MVP, which I don't think he should have. It should have been the running back, but that's beside the point. But mentioning the quarterback and Mahomes at 24 years old, what do you think his legacy is right now? Where it stands right now? I think it's he's got an MVP.
Yeah, he does.
He got a Super Bowl MVP. He's got a Super Bowl win. Where else does he go from there? I mean, go ahead, Anthony.
So we talk about Aaron Rodgers and him being elite, and now we talk about Patty Mahomes at 24 being elite. He's there. He's elite. He's at the top. So it's a pro and a con. The pro is he can only get better. The con is he can only go down from there. Mm-hmm. So he's at the top right now. He's at the top of his game at 24 years old. This guy can. I mean, you talk about Tom Brady being the GOAT and all the Super Bowls he won.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes could be that guy. He could be that guy that takes out Tom Brady for Super Bowl wins, for all that. He's the guy, in my opinion, for years to come, to beat out for the MVP and
he's an excellent quarterback. I don't think he's the best in my eyes. He's Baker Mayfield. That's who's the best. Let's just keep that going.
Well, certain players get lucky.
Yeah.
He's blessed to be drafted by the Chiefs.
Yep.
Who have Andy Reid and they have Tyreek Hill and Kelsey.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if he's going to have a legacy and how many Super Bowls, he's going to have to do it now. Mm-hmm. Because in a couple of years, all these guys' contracts are going to be up. Yeah. You're not going to be able to keep everybody.
And Reid's old. No. How many years has Reid got?
Yeah,
a year or two?
I think he'd be there for another.
Yeah. He's one of the best coaches out there. Even without a Super Bowl, he didn't have one.
Mahomes has to compromise. He has to win a couple Super Bowls now because once those guys get free agents, it's going to be tough.
Yeah,
but they have another draft coming up.
Right,
they're only going to get better.
They do draft good,
and they draft, and they just have to draft defense.
Yeah.
Their offense, you're set. Maybe get another offensive lineman because he had a lot of pressure from the D line with the 49ers. But man, draft defense. You get defense, that team becomes even more elite than it already is.
Yeah, and the thing is that if they keep winning, say another Super Bowl, right? Yeah. They can keep those guys because those guys will take friendlier contracts, just like Tom Brady has in the past.
They take less money to win Super Bowls. Yeah.
So let's get into San Francisco. Okay, what do you think they need to come back to the Super Bowl. For me personally, get rid of Garoppolo. They even had rumors of Tom Brady going there. But I mean, what do you think, Tony?
Man, Garoppolo, dude, he's
just
missing throws.
He's just bad, man. He's just terrible.
That was the difference. Mahomes, he became a star when they needed it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy was pretty good at the beginning of the game, but once the money hits, he was off.
Yeah.
Throwing the ball low, getting batted down, couldn't hit Sanders on the deep pass.
Yeah.
Now if that was Mahomes, he would have been a touchdown.
Yep.
If that was Mahomes.
But you look at they got the best offensive line, best defensive line in the NFL.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
They do, because you made a star out of Mostart and Tevin Coleman. And Tevin Coleman was okay in Atlanta. And who's Mostart? Comes out of nowhere. It was undrafted.
Yeah.
And he's doing his thing.
Right.
But you go into the draft, you get yourself a quarterback. You need to get yourself an elite wide receiver.
Yep.
Emmanuel Sanders. Debo is going to be solid. Debo Samuel is going to be awesome.
Debo is like, man, he's
a running back.
He's more of like
He's
a Percy
230
Harvin or...
Yeah.
He's 230 pounds.
I think, I'm telling you, perfect is AJ Green.
Yeah, that would be perfect for him.
Because San Francisco is drafting at the end of the draft. You trade that first round pick for Green. Green isn't coming off a year. He's going to be fully healthy. He's going to be determined. He'd be a perfect. Then you have him, Sanders, and then you have the speed guy and Samuel.
Yeah.
That will be a big pickup.
Well, you need better quarterback.
Plus, I think San Francisco also needs a little bit more defensive backs.
Yeah.
Sherman's getting up there.
Sherman's
You need someone for the future, yeah.
Right, yes.
Well, yeah, you need to start drafting now for that, and we're good.
But Garoppolo is the key point. I agree with you 100%. I think
Trade
he
him.
sucks.
Trade him, guys.
Well, you go another year and see how he develops.
It's hard to get rid of the guy after he got you there, because they didn't. The running game got you there. And the running game and the defensive line got you there.
Yeah.
But they'll say that Garoppolo got them there.
Yeah.
Plus, you also, San Francisco has, 6 great defensive linemen? You can use one of those guys in trade. I mean, look, they're all
trade big.
planes.
They got to trade big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You just don't trade Bosa.
And like I said, Andy Reid finally wins the big one.
Yeah.
Like we just mentioned, his first one. Congrats to you, Andy. But we're sticking in football. What do you think the Browns and Bengals plans are? For me personally, if I'm starting this for Browns offensive line, you need at least 2 offensive line. Maybe one in free agent, maybe one in draft in the first person in the first round. I think we're pick 10, something like that.
You're top 10. Yeah.
And Cincinnati's probably top 4, I'm sure.
What?
But top picks in the draft. I don't even know where they're standing now because I don't really pay attention.
We're first.
Yeah, we're first pick in every round.
That's great.
We're the first pick in every round.
Hey, Cleveland's not there anymore. So, what do you think, Tim? Well, I'll have you start this with
For the Browns?
For both.
All right. First of all, I think the Browns and Bengals both need offensive line.
Yes.
That's no question.
Yeah.
And then the Browns probably could use. They might need a linebacker if they lose Sherbert.
Joe, I don't know. He's a tackling machine, but they just don't want to pay him the big bucks because he's got Baker Mayfield, Nick Chubb, all coming up on these contracts. And they're going to want to be paid. Miles Garrett's another one. We don't even know if he's starting the first game of the year. They haven't said anything.
No information came out from
and then I kind of think that Cincinnati needs maybe another elite receiver.
Yes.
Because we don't know about AJ Green. He could be leaving. We don't know.
Yes.
So, what do you think, Anthony, as far as Browns or Bengals or both?
So, on the Bengals front, definitely offensive line. Joey Burrow's going to need some people to protect him. I agree with the wide receiver. I think we've got some great young wide receivers. It'd be nice to get a nice, not so much veteran like AJ Green, but someone's been around for a couple years. But AJ Green's too injury prone, so I agree with him. Like, trade him first round. Get another first round pick. That would be amazing.
That'd be a good receiver spot.
Yeah.
Because a bunch of good receivers.
But
maybe that guy from LSU, Justin Jefferson.
Browns-wise, I think you guys are absolutely set in the running backs. I think you're set in wide receivers. I think you need some offensive line, but I'm going to cause a little controversy here. I know you're a Baker Mayfield fan.
Whoopsie.
I think you need to go 5th, 6th round, get a young, good quarterback, put pressure on Baker Mayfield, get his head out of his butt, get his head out of his butt.
That's what I got to deal with, Bake.
Yep, head out of his butt, because the thing is, did you watch his interview on Get Up? His interview on Get Up was amazing. He took blame for a lot of his mistakes. He's never made that many mistakes in his career, and
he looked like a guy with Fiddler on the Roof though, with his hat crap like that. You see his hat how he dressed?
Oh,
that's a little ridiculous.
But at first I just didn't care because he's a Browns quarterback. But I respect the guy. For him to get on Get Up and say what he said, I respect him 120%. He goes, I'm going to get better. I'm going to get in the weight room. I'm going to get there. I'm going to get the team to follow. come in with me and we're going to go out there and win games. And get up, try to calls. Like, hey, do you blame yourself? Do you blame Odell Beckham?
Yeah.
Like, who do you? And he goes, no. He goes, I put it on my shoulders. And we're going to go into off season and kick butt.
It's sort of a leadership role.
But that's the first time we've seen leadership out.
Instead of drafting a young quarterback,
why would you do that though?
Why don't they just go out and sign one of those veterans, like Ryan Fitzpatrick, or Ryan Tannehill, somebody that can push him? So if Baker
put
does
pressure on him,
if Baker does not work out, you have a good veteran that can win games.
See, I totally
He's a
disagree
competitive
with that,
person. He's a competitive person.
The problem is if you go draft a quarterback this year in the 3rd to 5th round, even so, he's going to be mad.
Yes.
But we shouldn't be doing that though. Okay, we don't need a quarterback. He's a quarterback of the future. He hasn't even signed an extension. He's still on his rookie contract, guys.
No, right.
He had a phenomenal first year. He led it bad season last year. Okay, no doubt about it. But there's no way in the world I would be drafting a quarterback.
Well, he just sat down with the new GM the other day.
Yeah,
him and ODB.
Andrew Berry. Yeah,
they just sat down with a 34-year-old GM, and they just like, hey. They were looking at, hey, this is perception of my team. I don't want the kind of things that you guys have been doing.
Yeah.
Like I want better. I want more positive.
Yeah. And for everybody that says ODB, I say OBJ, but it's Odell Beckham. But go ahead, Tom.
I think the one guy, the Browns. I think Trent Williams is a key for the Browns. Getting that left tackle to be the next Joe Thomas.
I do agree with that. We tried to get him last year.
We tried to get him last year, but
6'7".
Washington are more willing to trade him.
They're going to have to because he won't be wanting to play for him. But definitely offensive line for sure.
For sure, both teams.
That's the first thing you do immediately.
Bengals need secondary.
Yeah.
I've had enough of Kiprachik and Bernard, and they're both free agents. I think it's time to move on.
Getting older. Yeah.
Got to start fresh with that secondary.
Absolutely.
I think that's where you go after the first round.
And then before we start, you were talking about Robbie Anderson. Mm-hmm. I think he'd be a perfect fit for Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Free agent. Yep. Then Boyd would be the slot guy.
So when you leave Oakland later this week, Robbie, come on down to Cincinnati.
Well, we have $49 million.
We have a ton. We're second in cap space.
And they said that Bengals might spend it this year because they want to help Burrow out. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so the rumor is that Burrow, when he goes to sit down with each team for his interviews, that supposedly his agent states that he's going to go in there and be like, hey, I'm going to need you to help me out here because I don't want to get hurt.
But those were some pretty strong words by Carson Palmer this week.
It was.
Yeah,
it was. We needed that.
Yeah.
Mike Brown needs that. He needs those strong words.
They need a little push. All valid points. This is Thick Skin on Sports. This is Tony. This is Anthony. I want to say, and we want to say,
good banter.
Thanks for commenting, liking, subscribing. Keep it up. We're doing wonderful. This is amazing. Like I said, we're getting started here in our 5th show, I believe, and it's been great. But thank you so much. Keep it up. We appreciate everything. This said, we're getting into UFC 247. What is it? Reyes and
John
Jones. I looked at the card yesterday. Terrible.
It's not good.
It's a laugher.
It's around John Jones, like we said with Conor McGregor.
I'm not paying $86 or whatever it is to watch Jones beat somebody in 28 seconds in the first round.
Just like Valentina Shevchenko.
Yeah.
She's going to get Chukagian, who's like nobody. That's going to be a minute. That's going to be a minute knockout, or she's going to choke him out.
Yeah.
But the thing is about Derek Lewis, though, is or not Derek Lewis, but Derek Reyes.
Mm-hmm.
Derek Reyes destroyed Chris Weidman
in
45 seconds, and then he destroyed Ovin St. Preux. And those are two extremely good fighters. He won unanimously against Ovin St. Preux, and he destroyed Chris Weidman. And Chris Weidman came off 2 huge wins, and Weidman needed that win to get himself into the title picture. And now you got this undefeated 11-0 Derek Reyes going in there versus John Jones.
He's 12-0, actually, yeah.
Yeah, he's 12-0 now.
But Weidman, I don't. He started out 12-0 a long time ago, but I don't think he's really done anything.
He's washed up. But he had 2 big wins, and then came in, and this was his fight because he was undefeated. That was how he was going to get his name back out there to get back in the title picture, and he got destroyed. Derek Reyes destroyed him. So I'll probably watch the last fight on whatever streaming service I can get it on.
Yeah.
But I agree. What is it? Derek Lewis versus Iftini.
That's like the first match.
Yeah, that's the first match of the main card. So there's nothing else on it. They have built. I've been watching. We watched UFC since 2011, 2012. Our days at B-Dubs, and these cards just continue to get worse every single time.
Yeah, and I love the UFC. I'm a big boxing UFC guy. Okay, everybody that knows me knows that. But it's starting to get so boring.
Yes. Because it's on too much.
And
it used to be on like once a month. Now it's on 3 times a month.
It was a mistake. Look, ESPN bottomed out. Yep. And ever since ESPN bottomed out, the cards haven't been that good. Yep. Because everything is built around your big star. The last time it was McGregor. This time it's Jones. Before it was a stacked card from first match to the last match. You just can't bank it on your main event.
Yeah, people are they know people's going to pay for it.
Yeah,
so that's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. It went from $65 to $85 now.
ESPN.
Yeah. I mean, what kind of? That's a joke.
They're paying ESPN
because they think they can market it.
It's unbelievable, dude.
Because you can't buy it on pay-per-view anymore. It's ESPN plus pay-per-view. You cannot buy it on just DirecTV pay-per-view, whatever the other pay-per-views are. You have to buy it on ESPN plus pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Because they want that extra 20.
And like you said, they have all these UFC fight nights in Ukraine and.
We got the one coming to Columbus with Francis Ngannou.
Watch it, huh?
Francis Ngannou's coming to Columbus.
I could care less about that.
But it doesn't make. Yeah, I mean, you got Cody Garbrandt on it, and Mike. What the heck his name is? The Columbus native.
Oh, Mike.
Immortal.
Yeah. Like I said, it's terrible cards. Okay.
It's not a good card.
Yeah, it's not even really worth talking about all the time.
There's a good chance it could be on next week's garbage segment.
Yeah. Well, as long as it's not basketball again, at least we didn't win. But overall, I'm not going to watch it. And I'm sure, you said you'll watch it?
I watched. So, last 2 fights, who do you think wins?
Last 2?
Valentina Shevchenko.
And then
John Jones versus Reyes.
John Jones is going to win. I think it's going to be first round. I know I've been wrong a ton, but
happens.
I think a first round knockout in like 30 seconds. And I hope he does, because he's the only, him and McGregor, let's be honest here. If it wasn't for him and McGregor and Amanda Nunes, that winning and keep or Nurmagomedov or whatever, Khabib, you wouldn't be able to. You wouldn't.
That's
have
the next big fight I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Ferguson and Khabib.
Absolutely.
Like that will be the next one I pay for. That's going to be a match for the ages. It's going to be a good match.
Yes, I think Ferguson will. I know we'll get into that later, but that'll be a good debate there because they're 2 solid fighters.
Yeah, good.
That are
But they have
win.
They have to put some beef in that lineup. You have to put something on it.
Yeah,
you can't just you can build it around that because it's a bigger fight than probably most of the ones this year. But
can you imagine seeing? Now this is just. I know Conor wouldn't do this because he wants to be the main headliner. But wouldn't that be great if you had Conor fighting before Khabib, and then whoever wins that, you know what I mean? And you'd have that much more pay-per-view.
You'd have the same time in between when they fight.
He won't. But give Conor again $30 million. Let him make $80 million with all the shares. Why not? It would totally.
That should be your fight week because July 2nd or 1st is usually fight week of the year where they have the biggest event of the year is in July. That should be in July. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, and we'll dabble into that more when the UFC we'll talk about the UFC review after the fights and stuff. It's not going to be a very good one, I don't think. But let's dive into the NBA a little bit. Now, for those of you that know me, I can't really stand the NBA. When I was writing it yesterday, I was like, why am I doing this? But Anthony and Tony are big Cavs fans. I'm a big Cavs fan when they're in the playoffs. The rest of the time, I just sleep through it. With the trade deadline, we talked about this morning. 2 Buckeyes, KD Bates Diop, Evan Turner, you said were gone. I'll let you guys dabble in this a little bit because I'm not much of an NBA guy. We'll also talk about some Kevin Love. So go ahead, Anthony. What do you think about the NBA?
All right, so the Cavs, they're struggling right now. Since LeBron's left, they've been one of the worst teams in the league.
It's the Cleveland Sextons.
So is Miami, but not this year. Not the Heat's playing well this year.
So the Cavs, they got to trade Love, but the problem is he's making so much money that no one wants to take on that contract because what they want is a first round pick.
Iguodala.
Yeah,
that's a huge pickup for them.
I'm not a big fan of him. I just don't. He's a rebounds machine.
That's what they need, defense.
And he's an assist guy.
Yeah.
And he's a defender. He's a good defender.
They just became contenders by adding him.
And they're going to get Gallinaro, too.
Yeah.
And then another trade.
What overall grade would you think at Blockbuster? I think I'd give it like a D- because, you talk about Blockbuster, so I was all excited to see this Blockbuster. You know what I mean? Like
the trade the other night?
The NBA trade yesterday, a
blockbuster is the Dodgers trade.
Yeah.
This was a trade of okay players.
Not
one of them was an all-star ever.
And they're making more than freaking baseball players.
Yeah, it was the second highest trade
players
ever in history.
And none of them are an all-star.
Yeah. Not one of them probably averages over 19 points. If you do, good for you.
I mean, Clint Capela is pretty good, but he's more of a rebounder and defense guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and Covington's more of a spot-up shooter and plays defense. I mean, but they're not like Mookie Betts or David Price trade.
No.
Whereas if Kevin Love get traded today, that'd be kind of a blockbuster. Because he's a known player, and he's still pretty good. He can shoot.
It'll be who picks up that contract.
Yeah, you just if I'm the Cavs,
I mean, who do you think? Who they got rumored? I haven't seen it.
I think the Suns, because the Suns
Phoenix
are loaded with young talent.
Booker's good.
Well, you're not Booker.
No, I'm saying Booker's good.
But you can pair him with Booker.
Yeah.
They got a bunch of young players like Mikal Bridges, Dario Saric, somebody like that.
Mm-hmm. So if they pick up that contract, what's Cleveland get? They're gonna get money.
They're gonna get a young player, and they're gonna get money off.
Somebody else that's not going to win.
No one's gonna trade you a first-round pick for you.
No.
Your main goal is to get off that contract, get a young player, so you go into next year. Because right now the way it's set up, and then Thompson's gonna also probably get traded today too. And you're just going to maybe get a first-round pick for him.
Who has been playing exceptional
really good. And
this year.
Clippers are looking at him to get some more bigger beef.
If Clippers got Thompson, they would be able to compete with the Lakers.
Yes, because then you can have him guard
Yep.
Thompson's good. I think he's a little underachieved a little bit throughout his career.
The best thing that ever happened to him was LeBron James leave. Now he's worth his value.
Yes,
really.
He's worth his value. Now he's going to get paid if he does get this. If he does get the trade, and they're going to pick up his contract, and he's going to get paid.
And he's only signed for it. He's a free agent after the year.
Yeah. So they'll only pick up the rest of the year.
So if the Cavs can unload Love, they will have the most money going into free agent next year. Mm-hmm. They probably won't spend it all because they're going to save it for in 2 years when you have all these good free agents coming back.
That's when LeBron comes back. Well, hey LeBron, we can't wait to see you.
He's going to bring back the freak Greek with him.
Wait to finish your career in Cleveland.
With his son.
But you look at the Cleveland nature. So everyone like you listen to Stephen A. Smith and all of them, and they bring up Cleveland. They're like, is that the place you want to go? Is Cleveland like without LeBron? Is that the sports fans? Is that the area you want to go to? Everyone says no.
That's why you got to build your young players up. That's why you got to keep developing Sexton and Garland and Kevin Porter, and you keep drafting, and that's how you're going to have to build this team. You're not going to get a big free agent. Like the only reason Kevin Love came here is because LeBron came.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people, it's just like I'm a huge Browns fan.
Kyrie,
You're bringing in, people want to win. People want to win in Cleveland, but not necessarily players want to go because it's always a failure most of the times.
But Cleveland's a sports town.
It's a very big sports town.
That's what you want to be in.
It's a very big sports town. The only thing
you're worshipped. Like look at Baker Mayfield. He is worshipped, even though he had a crappy year and he's terrible. He is still worshipped in Cleveland.
Yeah. I don't know if he's worshipped like he was last year though.
No, he is not worshipped like he's.
I disagree with that. I think he still is. I think he's still.
Soon the billboard will be up.
Yeah.
With his arms spread.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I'd rather see Jarvis Landry up there.
Landry's a beast, man.
Solid,
I hope they don't trade him. I keep seeing that popping up. They cannot trade Landry, dude.
I have not seen that. He says he's 100% committed. I have not. That's news to me. I don't know where you heard it from, but this is Thick Skin on Sports. Like I said, this is Stephen, Tony, Anthony. Thank you again for subscribing, commenting. Please send some questions, something. Keep subscribing. We're doing great. This is good. Let's get to the OSU football recruiting trail.
Yep.
I seen yesterday.
Cameron Martinez.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We're 5th in recruiting, which is kind of surprising. I thought we'd be in the top 3. It fluctuate all the time. It does.
Well, we're 5th. Mm-hmm. But if you look at, we have the most 5-star players.
Yes.
Yeah.
These other, like Clemson and Georgia, their recruiting is more deep, but we're top heavy recruiting. Mm-hmm. I mean, we got Paris Campbell, we got Julian Fleming, we got some other good receivers coming in. Cameron Martinez is a huge pickup because that replaces our defensive back now.
Paris Campbell?
Paris Campbell Jr.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. He's a big offensive lineman.
He's 6'6",
and then we got Stroud, the quarterback, and Jack Miller. We got 2 good quarterbacks coming in.
We also have a solid number 1 defensive end coming in the year after.
Jack Sawyer.
Yep.
So we're number 1 following next year.
Oh yeah,
dude. Our next year's recruiting is stacked, man.
People
just got my call.
People don't realize either. We have the 5-star Garrett Wilson at receiver who played excellent last year. Yeah. Okay, you got 2 5-star receivers. I mean, Chris Olave,
Marvin Harrison Jr.'s
guys.
It may
be a national championship.
Look at Urban Meyer. he never, like, he was always top 3, top 4 and everything.
Yeah.
But, this class is better than, this class and next year's class is already better than any class ever.
And you do realize, fun little fact, all 3 national championships of Urban, he's lost 1 game.
The best class he's had was the Elliott class, because he had Elliott. Who else did he have? Dontre Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love this
Bosa was in that class.
Might have been.
Joey.
Yeah. But I love the class. We got another big defensive end coming. We're like defensive U, defensive end U now.
DBU and defensive end.
Now I love the addition of Kerry Combs to the defensive coordinator. I absolutely love it.
He's very animated.
Yes, exactly. I love it, and I think it's going to be a great year. I mean, of course, I think we're going to go to the national championship every year, but the only thing that bothers me is the defense. We're losing like 6 people that next year, and you can't just count on rookie defensive ends coming. Now, believe me, we're a 5-star talented. I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be top 15 again.
We get Jonathan Cooper back too.
Yes, understand
We get Tariq Smith.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying we're all lost.
I would be more worried if Sean Wade left.
Yes.
I would have been devastated.
I am. That makes my worries a lot less.
He'll be an All-American.
Mark
my words, he'll be an All-American next year.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And
all these young cornerbacks have to step up, like Banks.
Yeah. Who is going to replace Okuda will be interesting.
I think it's going to be Banks. I think he showed flashes.
Banks did look good. I mean, you got a couple options there. You
got Banks. You got Cameron Brown.
You got Sean Wade that can go to the corner. Have someone else play safety.
Right.
Sean Wade, they always used 3 or 4 DB.
Proctor is going to be the safety.
Proctor's good. He looked really solid.
And we got another freshman coming is Ransom from Utah. Yep. He's a safety. So he probably see the field too.
Yeah, they just keep rolling in recruiting, man. Mm-hmm. And mentioning rolling, Blue Jackets are rolling.
The only thing they need is, I don't think Teague is an A running back.
Mm-hmm.
He is
Crowley.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
I would love to see him.
You think so?
Huh?
You don't think Master Teague will be starting?
Well, no. Crowley is that he's that athletic running back. Yeah,
Teague is not your every down running back. He's your bruiser. He's your third short line.
I disagree. I think he's 1,500-yard runner. I think easily.
Yeah, but that was on the second team defenses.
It don't matter.
Look at how he did versus Clemson. He didn't get nothing on that.
Yeah, we'll see. I think Crowley. I think Crowley looks good. He is a well put together running
I'm not
back.
saying Teague's not bad. I'm just saying we need that lightning bolt.
Yeah.
He was top 10 in rushing in Big Ten.
Right.
With 700 yards on them. I mean, I'm not saying you make a valid point. He played a lot of second string, but he did play very well in big games too.
He did.
But like I said, we'll wait and see. Excellent recruiting trail this year.
It's just going to be hard to replace Dobbins.
Yep, it is. But we'll see. We'll mention. Let's talk about the Blue Jackets to keep rolling. Right? They've won what? I don't even know what the record is. The last 9 games.
8-1-1 in 10 games.
Yes. Yeah. Hottest team in the NHL by far.
They got that point on that loss versus the Sabres.
Yes, they look good, and they're just very consistent. Okay, we don't have one star on that team really.
Not really.
Okay, but if you look at the goals for everybody, they're all equaled out.
Yeah.
12, 15, 13.
It's a team. It's a team game.
Yes.
I mean, like Tort said it the other night. After the win versus the Panthers, he goes, "I've never been with a team that plays together as well as these guys do."
Uh-huh. Yeah, absolutely. The next game is who they play next?
Friday at home versus the amazingly terrible Detroit Red Wings.
Yeah, you know what's funny about that is I was just thinking about that the other day. I was looking at the stadium, like, oh, Detroit. 10, 15 years ago, they were winning Stanley Cups like crazy, just like Pittsburgh was. Well, I don't even know what happened to them. Now all of a sudden they're just like
all those guys
trash.
Is it?
Yeah.
They got old. But you look at the game from the other night with Florida Panthers. Guess who came back? Who came home was Sergei Bobrovsky.
Yeah.
And he had 43 stopped goals. 43 stopped. It was 0-0 going in overtime.
Yeah.
And you ask Blue Jackets fans, like, what did you think of that? As a Blue Jackets fan, as watching Bob for as long as you did, what did you think of his play on that?
I think he did great. But we just did better.
But you were proud of him, right? Like a lot of people are booing him because he left. Who cares? We weren't going to pay him $10 million a year. Well, we know where he was. He's deteriorating.
But if you look at his goals against average, it's nowhere close to Corpo or the other guys.
Where's Lincoln's? Yeah,
it's really not. It's
Elvis
like
had another shutout.
It's like 2.6. His is like 3.4 goals against average. Now that's not terrible, but it's not great either.
Well,
Okay.
Elvis has a .96 save percentage in the pass. Like, he's 8-0, 7-0.
Yeah.
In his pass, and then Bob has a .89.
Yeah.
Like, he's not even in the 9 range.
Yeah, it's not even all-star material, I don't think. I wouldn't say so.
They're already calling it one of the worst trades of the NHL right now.
Yeah. Have you heard anything on Corpo?
No, he should be back mid-February.
February. Well, that's fine.
Getting him back, that's just crazy. We are only going to get better with Corpy coming back.
Yeah.
That's it.
And we are third in the Metropolitan,
Yes,
right?
by like 3
So
points.
that's good. Congratulations, Blue Jacks. Keep it going, Anthony, you're the garbage segment. We do this garbage segment every week. Anthony specializes in this. Go ahead, Anthony. Talk. Get us in there.
So interesting subject this year in garbage. So we just watched the Super Bowl. National championship was at the beginning of the month. So football is over. Yeah. And I know we talked last week about, like, Tony says he loves March Madness and he loves the baseball season and everything like that. But look where we're at now. So we're beginning of February after the Super Bowl. What do we have to look forward to now that football is over? We're in the dog days of winter. You have the XFL coming on this Saturday at 5
I'm
o'clock.
excited about that.
You are?
I really am.
You
got Cardell Jones.
Yeah, Cardell Jones.
Shotgun. 12 gauge. 12 gauge. I'm sorry, Cardell.
I give it 2 years and McMahon will cut the cord.
But right now, today, outside of the Blue Jackets, which sometimes we don't really have them to count on for this time, what do you look forward to right now in sports? Right now, it is dog days, winners. It are garbage days.
Well, probably no sport. I'll just watch cartoons until March. I'm just playing. College basketball. I'm a huge college basketball. So are
this
you.
is my favorite time, man.
Yeah.
I love college basketball.
It's not my favorite time by far, but college basketball is huge. Yes. Go ahead.
Not say favorite time. My favorite time is fall because the baseball's coming to an end and all the sports are starting up.
Yeah,
and spring's good too.
Yeah.
But for me, it's going to be all college basketball. I've already started looking at all the teams, knowing how I'm going to do my bracket because that's what I'm looking forward to. My bracket and March Madness.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm getting antsy for baseball. I'm reading preseason pitchers and catchers report next week.
Yeah, that's going to be fun, dude. March 26th.
But I know a lot of fans out there don't really like baseball and basketball. They only want to watch the tournament. But for me, it's getting ready for those seasons.
Absolutely.
It's watching, paying attention more to Dayton and San Diego State because those teams are Cinderella.
So you would say the past 2 or 3 months with football being on, you really didn't pay attention as much outside
not
of Ohio
much.
State.
I mean, but now that football's over, I can dig into Dayton because Dayton might have the player of the year in college basketball, Obi Tobin.
Yeah, he's interesting for sure.
Yeah, and it's nice to see someone else besides Ohio right now is pretty good because Dayton's been good for the last 10 years.
Oh, they would beat us.
Oh, I think so too.
Yeah. I don't see that even close.
They would be number 1 ranked.
I'm rooting for Ohio State and Dayton right now.
Well, I mean, San Diego State's what, 24-0, 25-0.
But they were like that a couple years ago too.
Yeah.
They're just
until they get into the big games. And
right.
See you later.
But it's fun though to see when they're going to get beat and stuff.
Yeah, it is. I love to watch it. Man, we started out 24-0 with Deebs and stuff, and stuff. That was exciting to watch. Basketball, to me, college basketball is one of the greatest things to be excited because I love March Madness.
Me too.
And like I said, we'll mention something about March Madness and stuff here in a minute.
Plus,
go ahead.
Plus, the Buckeyes right now are playing better, coming off that win versus Michigan. So they're getting more fun to watch them. Got a big game coming up versus Wisconsin. They win that, they're going to be 500 in the Big Ten. They're going to be right there in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Do you think we could beat Wisconsin?
They're 8th.
I do think Wisconsin's got beat last night.
Yeah.
I do think we could beat Wisconsin.
Who did they get beat by?
Minnesota.
Yeah. And Minnesota beat us twice.
And look at what Penn State did to Michigan State the other night.
The key to
and Michigan State.
The key to Ohio State is Michigan, keep the turnovers under 10.
Yep.
And we have a great chance.
Oh, we're terrible at turnovers, man. This has got to be the worst.
I know, but the last 2 games, we've had less than 10 turnovers. We've won both games.
Yeah.
So you just got to.
I hope DJ Carter comes soon.
So on the dog days of winter, that is now college basketball in preparation for baseball.
Yeah,
is what you're looking for.
Oh, I love it.
So these days now? What do you look forward to?
These days, really just spring training. I love spring training. There's so many rumors. Especially with the Mookie Betts, Jock Peterson, they made a big splash last couple days. But this spring training and March Madness, like I said, that's basically it. And then towards April, I really get into Blue Jackets. I love the Blue. I get into them anyway, but you really get into them in April.
Like last year was fun.
Oh, it was exciting. But just college basketball and spring training. I love it. March 26th is Cincinnati Reds first game, which I'm a Reds fan. You guys are Indians fans. When's their first game? 26th as well? Yeah. It keeps getting earlier and earlier every year. Pretty soon they'll be playing in 20-degree weather March 14th.
Oh, that's old.
Yeah, that's an old calendar there.
Okay. But I'm with you guys. I feel like March Madness is like
so
I find myself interested in Duke, North Carolina this weekend.
You do?
I mean, no, just big games. What the guy just came off injury.
Cole Anthony.
Yeah, Cole Anthony came back from injury, so that's going to be interesting. We need, as Buckeye fans, we need North Carolina to step it up, start beating these. Become a tournament team because of what we did to them at their house. But you start watching those games, like me, I watch the teams that we've beaten.
Right.
Like you watch the Kentucky's, the North Carolina, the Villanovas. Mm-hmm. I need them to win. We need them to win because we want to enhance our resume. So I find myself interested in watching those games outside of a Buckeye game.
Well, Big Ten itself is they got 12 teams.
Well, they said the other night they just did the top 20 Wooden players, and 6 to 7 of them are from the Big Ten.
Right. 6 of them.
Big Ten. That's how good the Big Ten is this year.
Yeah, I don't know who all of them are. I said one of them's Cassius Winston. I'd be almost a guess of mine.
But they said 10 Big Ten teams could make the tournament.
No, I heard 12.
12, but
10 is what the reasonable one.
Well, yeah, we talked about this last week. I think I don't think there's any way there should be 12 teams. I mean, that's just not fair to everybody else. Okay?
Let's be honest. Rutgers, they're starting to fade.
Yeah, they are. So
and
they did what we knew they would do.
Look, Ohio State Big Ten record right now is not the greatest, but they're not looking at that. They're looking at your overall body.
Yes.
Yeah. And right now we have a ton of quad wins.
Yes.
Oh,
and
that's a valid
Michigan was
point.
a quad win. Indiana was a quad win.
That's what I said. If we get to 18 wins, we should be okay.
Rutgers didn't play anybody in the offseason.
Yeah.
And right now they're starting to struggle in the Big Ten. They're losing. Lost 2 or 3 in a row, right?
Yeah. I just, like I said, I don't see how you can put 12
a lot
teams.
of teams are going to start dropping off, man.
So they're saying like projected 9-10 teams for Big Ten,
I said,
which is insane.
Ohio State was
this past Monday. They had them on the 8th ranked. So the 8th seed.
8th seed.
But we keep winning. That's going to move up.
Yeah, I think eventually.
So like you said, they can easily jump back in that 4th still.
Yeah. You top 5. You say 10 seed, and I still want that 7 seed projections from last year.
10 seed. That might be. I might be wrong on the 10 seed. They just keep playing good.
It just depends, It's amazing how college basketball is, man.
It changes.
It changes
a couple
like
weeks
that.
ago, we're all down in the dumps. Mm-hmm. Now they're winning. Weston's probably finally stepping up.
Oh, he looked good.
But he has to be consistent.
But Michigan can't stick to the big man. They can't stick
every
to
game. He has to play that.
You
just can't come out and have a.
We'll see how he plays in Wisconsin. Because that's all Wisconsin is.
Because Wisconsin have a bunch of white guys that can spread the floor and shoot.
We lost to them too, but I think we could get a
I think we can. I think we owe them a return.
When's our next game? What day?
Sunday.
If they win, do you think we're going to be ranked?
We got 19 votes this past week. Mm-hmm. If we win, we'll be in the 20 range, yes.
I see 24, 25th range.
I would say probably 17th, 18th.
And then we can get through Sunday. We have 2 home games, Rutgers and Purdue.
But that's our worst nightmare.
Home?
Because we don't play good at home.
No.
We play terrible.
Well, then show up, guys. Help out. I've already been 3 of them. But
I'm okay with them playing away. That's where they come in with some heart.
None of you guys watch NBA, huh?
No.
I mean, I can't watch. The Cavs make me sick.
I can watch. I think this playoffs will be fun.
Yeah.
You're going to have the Clippers, the Lakers. You're going to have the Greek Freak and Philly and Boston. I mean, there are going to be some good teams going at it. But you got to get that's playoffs.
Lowest rated season ever.
Oh yeah, I'll take a nap during then.
Ratings,
but that's we're talking about winter now. That's playoffs starts in April and May.
Oh.
But yeah, this is college basketball time. This is where it needs to shine. This is where you're going to see all your big time matches on the weekend now. We're going to play some football games.
Oh yeah.
Is anybody
North Carolina Duke?
Question.
Yep.
Is anybody going to check out the XFL Saturday?
I might check it out. Is Cordell playing? That's what I'm going to watch.
12 gauge?
Washington's not playing this Saturday.
I'll check it out.
I check it out.
But
it's not
I'm just curious because you remember when it first started, you had wrestling.
They're not doing it. It was a circus.
No, Fox is really broadcasting.
I think Joe Klatt is part of it.
Yeah, Fox is they're really advertising.
So who's the first game? Texas Tornadoes and Wyoming Mushrooms or something? I don't even know. They have these weird names from like Canadian football leagues.
They're not doing the whole.
They got Fox bought in on.
They're actually doing football. You're not going to have cheerleaders with mics on. It was a joke the first time around.
Oh, it was. Oh, I laughed so hard.
Jim Ross. I was a slobberknocker.
Yeah, Jerry King.
Oh boy. Well, it's been a great show. It's Thursday, February 6th. This is Thick Skin on Sports. Steven, Tone, Ant. Please, this has been great for us. Okay, just keep it up. Comment, questioning, subscribing. We're having a great time. Another great episode. We're going to step off here, but everybody have a great weekend. Love you, Mom. Happy birthday, sis. And we'll see you.